Hey there, Irit here with another art journaling process. I am playing in my Stillman and Byrne watercolor journal. I got this at Jackson's Art Supplies because I wanted to try and find an alternative to the Jane Davenport journals, which I love, and they are hard to get outside of the US in a good price. So I was on the lookout for some good alternatives, and I'm really happy with this journal. It's a little bit smaller than the Jane Davenport, which is a shame because I think the 9 by 12 size is perfect inches. This is an A4 size, so a little bit smaller than 9 by 12. But it's still a really good size for me. I really like this format. So I'm painting faces again. I am loving every minute of it. Something clicked for me with Mindy Lacefield's classes actually, that I've talked about in other recent videos where I'm painting all kinds of cute girls. And yeah, it just somehow, I mean, also the techniques and all the, that type of thing that she shows in her courses is really great and inspiring. But a lot of the philosophy and just kind of the pep talks and the things she talks about regarding the process and everything, that really echoed with me, and I resonated. Anyway, it spoke to me and kind of also gave me the courage to, I don't know, just try to do things a little bit more my way. And what I especially like about the last few girls that I painted is that I look at them and it doesn't look to me like, oh, this is me trying to copy this lesson or that lesson. It really feels like me. And I started with one of the Prima pencils. They are water soluble, so they're kind of like watercolor pencils. Not kind of like, they are watercolor pencils, so they are soluble. They kind of, you can blend them if you add water to them. And then I went into my Jane Davenport neutral set, which I've also kind of enhanced with a few extra colors from my stash. So the neutral set has kind of warm primaries in it. So at the top left of the set, you can see it has like a very orangey yellow, orangey red, and kind of and a reddish blue, so ultramarine blue, I think it is. And then the other colors are kind of skin tones, a couple of oranges, white, black, and gray. So what I decided to add was, first of all, I decided to add a purple, which is a great neutral to all those yellows and oranges. It's great for shading, and yeah, I just thought it would be a good complement for this set. And I also added this red, which is actually by Sennelier, and this is their alizarin crimson, and it's the weirdest alizarin crimson that I've ever seen. It's usually alizarin crimson is a very kind of pinkish red, and this one is a very earthy reddish color. It's very pretty, but not what you would expect from alizarin crimson. So yeah, but I thought it worked really well with this palette, kind of a more a deeper tone of the other colors that I had there. So yeah, and I really like that intensity in the hair and the flowers. I am painting very, very simply, very, very loosely, really enjoying just having fun and not thinking too much about it. So I had it started from these circles on the left side, and then I remembered the tulips that we have now blooming in our garden, so I decided to turn them into tulips. And you can see, I mean, seriously, you really don't need to know how to paint. I agree that the faces are a lot more challenging, but these flowers and my son, it's just super, super simple. So I think really the beauty of it is the looseness and the beautiful watercolors and working in layers and with, adding some water into the paint to just get that classic watercolor look. I think the paper is also really, really nice, so that helps too. And now I'm starting with the part that is a lot of fun because it makes the difference for me between something that is a bit boring and flat and then something that really comes alive, and that's adding all the details and layers and shading to the face. But this is also the most challenging part for me, and I really feel that up until like the last 2-3 faces that I painted, I didn't really know how to shade, how to add shading in a way that pleased me, that gave me the result I wanted. But I don't know, I guess with a little bit of, yes, that's me painting in my pink polka dot robe. I guess somewhere I just found a little bit more confidence, and I guess maybe also just a little bit of an idea of what worked for me and what didn't, and where to add more details and where not to. I'm not sure. Something, I guess, a little bit clicked a little bit, and yeah. So really one of the things that makes everything just look better is just adding those details once the main colors and shapes are down. So I'm just using some of the Prima pencils. I gave you a close-up, and now I'm just using a small filbert brush to activate them. They are watercolor pencils, so just to activate them. I'm not totally blending them. You'll see in the close-up that you still get a little bit of that pencil texture and look, but I am helping them blend a little bit and just going over the lines in areas that are shaded. Well, that should be like a bit darker is what I mean. And that adds a lot of depth to everything. Otherwise, things just look a little bit flat, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just, yeah, it just doesn't look as good, I think, to me. And I think it really helps to work with reference photos for some inspiration, and also some a better idea of where shadows go and that sort of thing. I think that really helps. There's only so much I can do with my mind, my limited mind. No, I mean, I just don't have enough experience painting to, kind of visualize exactly where I should place all my shadows and that type of thing. So I also ordered, you can get, books or, like art books that really have specific information that is meant like for teaching, or you can get things like inspiration books and magazines, and, use, I don't know, photos of models or real people or whatever to give you that information. I took a tip from Mindy and I ordered a catalog, and they send it to you for free, of this, I think it's called Gudrun. I think it's a Swedish company, I want to say. I hope I'll remember to place the link. But you can request a catalog and they send it to you, I think wherever you are in the world. So, yeah, and they have some really fun clothes, and yeah, the catalog seems to be really fun. So I'll share it with you when I get it, and you can see if it's something that is worth to get. I don't know. I think Mindy uses an older catalog than the current ones. The current ones are for spring and summer of 2017, and in the class I think it's catalogs from 2016. So I don't know if the new ones are as good and as inspiring and fun, but I will let you know. So these are absolutely the finishing touches. I'm just coming in with the, sorry about my little frizzy hair there in the frame. It's a little bit sometimes hard to stay out of frame when I'm doing those little details. But I suffer for my YouTube channel. Just kidding. So the mermaid markers, they have the brush tip and it goes to a really fine point, so it's easy to add them to these small areas. And then I blend just a little bit with my small filbert brush. And a filbert brush is kind of, it's flat. It's not round, but it doesn't have pointy edges. It has like a rounded tip. So that's a filbert brush. It comes, of course, in all kinds of sizes. I think a small one is nice for some details. Obviously, you can use any small, also a small round one works well. And yeah, that's really the only thing I'm going to add now, I'm pretty sure, are some highlights with a white, the Sharpie paint pen I think I used here, and that makes such a difference. It really makes all the difference. Add that light to the eyes, and then add some highlights kind of all over the place. You'll see how much better this all looks with the white pen. I don't know if I filmed it, and I can tell now by the slow pace that I'm working that I'm not really sure what else to do, so it's a good time to stop doing. And I already added some highlights on the right side, but I'm going to add some more, and also the flowers are going to get that little treatment, and I think you have to agree that it makes a lot of difference. So this is the Sharpie paint pen. They are fantastic. It's not a super fine tip, but for this size and purpose, it works really, really well. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to show you some close-ups. This was just, my daughter made that other layout. This was so much fun to make. I hope you enjoy this video and you feel inspired to go and try something in your journal. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.